Yo, what is up? What up? Welcome back to another video. Boom. The other day, I was eating some brekkie, bit of Vegemite on toast, and I had a thought. You know, there's a lot of different varieties of Vegemite. You got Marmite, you got Promite, and I thought, you know what? There's room for one more. DARMITE. That's me. I'm gonna be making my own Vegemite today here. I did look at the package of a Vegemite, and the ingredients they list, 90% of them do not make sense. So this isn't by any means a direct copy of Vegemite. I know I've gone with my cuisine knowledge of trying this on, you know, I have Vegemite maybe once or twice a week if I'm feeling a bit jazzy. So I have a pretty good keen eye for what the ingredients should be to achieve this flavor. So the ingredients I have are as follows. Some salted butter. Now this is so that it gets a bit salty and it also gets spreadable. Because I was trying to do the math, how do we make this spread? I thought about jelly powder and I was like, nah, that's a bit too much. So I just thought, hey, butter. It's the consistency we want and it could be a good base. Now, just in case the salty butter is too salty, I got some sugar so we can kind of, you know, just finesse the flavor. Bit salty, bit sweet to get it right. And then in case it ends up too sweet after that, I do have some salt to, you know, juggle these three to get the primo salt, sweet flavor. Then I've also got some soy sauce. Now this is to achieve a little bit of the flavor, but also the kind of color that we're after, that dark, tarry brown color. Pretty similar. Obviously a big ingredient is going to also be water, H2O, to kind of mix all this together. And to get that to a bit of a thicker consistency, we have some corn flour. Now this might be a bit of genius shining through, but I just thought, you know, this is what we need to get that spreadable consistency mixed with the butter and the liquids. I think it should be fantastic. Now we are missing the vegetable aspect of Vegemite. So I got a carrot. Not sure how I'm going to incorporate this into the mix, but we'll figure that out on the way. And lastly, there was one ingredient that I could make sense of, and that was yeast extract. So I got some dry yeast. I'm assuming it's exactly the same. Not sure what this is gonna taste like or if I'm gonna die from eating it without baking it. But hey, this is a learning experience for both you and I. I've got a lot of ingredients to choose from and I haven't decided what kind of method we're gonna go with here, but I'm thinking I'm gonna start with some butter. And then to melt that down, I'm gonna boil some water and put some boiling water in there and then start adding the powdered stuff. Maybe stir it up with the carrot to let that infuse and then just kind of vibe it. That's what we're gonna be doing here. We're just gonna vibe it. So this isn't a tutorial, but I might as well, just in case you do wanna follow along. If it turns out good, you can watch this back. So put about that much butter in there. Then what you want to do is plug your coffee machine into the power. And then because you can't microwave this metal bowl because it will explode, we're going to add some boiling water to this to melt the butter and give us a moist base to start adding some of these powders to. Okay, there we go. The hot water is in the butter. Now just mix that around so it's all melted and good. All right, I've got most of the butter melted up, but the rest will just mix in as we're going. So we're gonna move on. I'm gonna unplug that because the light, I don't think the grid can handle this energy. So now we're gonna move on to, I think we're gonna just add a bit of salt and sugar in there. You just gotta, you know, feel it out how much you decide to put in there. Now you might be wondering, why add salt and sugar just to cancel each other out? This is a serious method in manufacturing consumable goods. They always do it. Anything sweet, it's got salt in it. Anything salty, it's got sugar in it. Nobody knows why, but it's just a trick of the trade. Now, this is still very runny, almost too runny, so I think it's time to add the corn flour. Should have used a strainer, but sifter, but we don't have time for that. It's very runny, it's almost too runny, but doesn't matter, it's all good. All right, we're gonna need a heck ton more flour. It's still far too runny. So I am gonna start fresh. I am gonna start again and do about a heck load less water, because that was where this all went wrong. On second thought, no, I didn't need to start again. I just needed to get rid of a bit of the liquid. So we're back in action. Oh yeah, this is good. This is a good consistency. Look at that. That is starting to look like Vegemite. If you really be imaginative, that is about as close to Vegemite as we need. So we've got some sugar. We've got some. I think it's time to taste it. Just see where we're at. Look, to be honest with you, it's not far off. I think it's time for the soy sauce, because this is the magic. This is the magic that's gonna turn this from that to Vegemite. All right, that's what I'm saying. That smells like Vegemite, no cap. Now, it might take a little bit to get this to all work together, but if you have a bit of faith, anything is possible. Just gonna make a bit of a spatula out of this carrot. Okay, this is quite honestly getting pretty close. We've almost got the Vegemite texture. Unfortunately, the color, I don't think we're gonna nail. We've got a bit more of a light brown than, you know, the darker kind of we're after. But I'm happy to let that slide, because if it tastes similar and feels similar, then the color is really not as important. I think maybe we should add some yeast. I don't know what that's gonna do, but I'm hoping it's just the final ingredient we need. Now I'm using the carrot to mix it, to get some of that veggie flavor. It's kind of like vegetable stock, but just straight from the sauce. And the texture is looking great. It's gonna be spreadable, I can imagine. It's not too runny, not too firm, just great. Yeah, I think that is actually probably ready to try out. To be honest with you, it's not great, but neither is Vegemite by itself, and it's actually tasting pretty close. Got, you know, that salty soy, you know? So I think we just need to make some toast and find out if this actually tastes half good. All right, I got some bread that I will turn into toast with this toasty machine. Bit of an abstract approach, but you know, that's what I do. All right, the toast is done. Little bit squished, but you know, you gotta take the good with the bad. Now it's time for a lesson on how to actually properly make Vegemite on toast. You could use butter or margarine, and you wanna spread that evenly across the toast, like this. Well, do a better job than that, but you know, just, yeah, get it all over. Then you wanna get a bit of Vegemite, okay. A bit of you gotta be fast with this one, but that's, you know, that's a feature. You wanna get a bit of Vegemite and just smear it in places. Yeah, you don't wanna go too thick. This looks more like peanut butter, but that doesn't matter, because what matters is the taste. And to be honest with you, it smells pretty similar. And what does taste start with? Smell. So we're halfway there. So I feel like this is gonna be pretty good, and DARMITE will be hitting the shelves near you shortly. But let's find out. Oh. Okay. Bit of an abrupt hit. That actually isn't as bad as I first made it out to be. I think I was just like anticipating the worst, but what we got actually wasn't too half bad. I think the flavors are there. You know, the mixture of salt, sugar, butter, yeast, soy sauce was perfect. The only thing I need to work on is the texture and how we achieve that texture. Would I eat this over the regular Vegemite? I think you'll find the answer to that is no. There's another video of experiments that maybe didn't even need to be experiments. DARMITE, unfortunately, probably won't be hitting production at this stage. I've got a lot more work to do on my recipe. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you smash like and subscribe if you're not, because that's good.